So in this video, we're going to sterilize instruments and supplies using appropriate methods. So I have the general major spay pack that I just wrapped, and it is ready for steam sterilization with the autoclave. So the type of autoclave that we are using is a steam flush pressure pulse autoclave, and we will be autoclaving this pack at 250 degrees Fahrenheit for about 30 minutes with 15 psi, and then there is a 30-minute drying cycle after that as well. So after the pack has finished sterilizing for about 30 minutes, the door on this particular type of autoclave will automatically open itself just a little bit to release steam. If there were a different kind of autoclave, we would open the door as soon as the pack was finished sterilizing to release steam itself, and we would prevent condensation. We would just open it just a little bit instead of opening it all the way, because if the pack becomes wet at any point, then it's not sterile anymore. So what we're going to do is just open our autoclave, and we're going to stick our pack in here. And so what I'm going to do is just kind of step back and take a look inside and make sure my pack is not touching any side, and it's not. It looks like I have a good about 2 inches on either side, so that's exactly what we want. When the pack is exposed to appropriate steam, the lines on the tape will turn black. So what we're going to do is just close our door, and it has a locking mechanism as well, so it prevents it from opening. So now we've locked our door. On our keypad here, we're just going to select the appropriate setting for our pack. So on here we have several different settings. We have an unwrapped setting for basically loose instruments. We have a pouches setting, so instruments that may be in a sterilization pouch. We have our pack setting, which is what we're going to be using, and then we also have a hand pieces setting, used mainly for dental hand pieces. So we're going to go ahead and just select our pack setting, and on the screen it says up here that is a pack setting 250 degrees Fahrenheit for about 30 minutes, and it does have the fast vent 30-minute dry period on there as well. So now that we have that set up, we're just going to go ahead and hit start, and it is filling the chamber, and then we'll come back in about 30 minutes and we'll see the door open. So now that our door has opened, it is allowing the steam to slowly release, which allows for a slowly cooling to prevent condensation. So if this were another type of autoclave, we would manually open the door at this time and just allow for a small crack to allow the steam to release. If we were to open the door too much, the cool air would rush into the hot chamber, which would then allow for a buildup of condensation. And if the pack gets wet, it loses its sterility. So this process takes approximately about 30 minutes. So we'll go ahead and let it dry, and then once it is finished drying, we will go ahead and remove the pack and open it to look at the indicator strip on the inside to make sure that the steam autoclave is penetrating the inside of the pack. So we'll be back in about 30 minutes. So now the dry cycle has completed. It's been about 30 minutes, which is the recommended, or it's the standard time for this type of autoclave. So now we're just going to go ahead and remove the package or the pack from inside the autoclave. And it might still be just a little bit hot, even though it's been about 30 minutes, so it should be fairly cool. I'm going to be removing it with this towel. So we're just going to open the autoclave and just carefully reach inside and just pull the tray back out enough to where I can get the pack out without burning myself. So you can see the black lines on the pack for the autoclave tape. which suggests that it has been exposed to appropriate steam. So now I'm just gonna shut that door. And I did set my pack on a nice clean even surface over here. So I'm just going to feel it, and it feels okay. So we're gonna go ahead and just open it up and take a look at the sterile indicator strip on the inside. So I'm just gonna remove this tape here. And now we'll just open our pack. And then when I will open the inside part of the pack. Just open this part. And here is my steam indication strip. As you can see before, the indication strip has turned black, and it says indicator turns dark when processed. It was, I think, previously blue before, so it has turned black. So the inside of the pack has been exposed to appropriate steam. So what I'll go ahead and do now is just rewrap this pack and put it back in the autoclave, and it'll be ready for surgery.